Good afternoon. It is July the 21st, 2017. Time to wrap up the week and take a brief look at next week. And we'll start with our usual disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they are designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Okay, we came into today's E-mini wanting to sell failure to take out and hold. 75 is probably what we're going to be, or what Pat will tell you on Monday. We had a buy at 65, 67. And then it's 60, 62 for buy 2. Good selling right here. This trade on a 2-lot was good for 3. This trade on a 2-lot was good for 3. This retest failure goes nowhere. Scratch, we were in that one. This retest failure goes nowhere. Scratch. Sonny pointed this trade out as a good trade, and if you had the patience of Job, it did pay out. We've been calling for the last 2 hours for a close at 66 to 67. In this area, we're going to see if it happens. Looking at the F1 screen, lower high, lower low. We can look for a place to sell it on Monday. Short term, of course. And we have a weak P. We have volume below time, well below time. We've got volume probably in, not the high volume number, but probably in the top half. So it's a P put in backwards just like yesterday. Long liquidation. Given a close, right here, we're selling 69s to 71s. 74 to 76 for sell 2. On the buy side, 60, 62 we'll get started with. Pat will adjust these numbers, and then 55, 57. The news. Existing home sales looking for 5.62 million on Monday, so we don't have a lot of news to deal with. Okay, next week is auction week. The two-year auction is on Tuesday. Settlement is on Friday, the normal schedule, so Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And treasuries are pointed higher as we go into next week. Looking at F1 on the ZN. Higher low, higher high. Can look for a place to buy it. Looking at the F2 screen. It's a P, but we've seen stronger. So my guess is that we'll probably have a trading range on Monday. So selling 11s to 15s. 19 to 23. On the buy side, 1 to 5. And 25, 29. Looking at the 30-year, there it is. Number 1 will be 28 to the buck. Selling 3 to 7, sell 1. 11 to 15, sell 2. The buy side, last rotate down was 21, so 16 to 20 is number 1. 9 to 13 is buy 1. 1 to 5 is buy 2. Treasuries are being supported by all the government securities. The Bank of Japan, Bank of England, European Central Bank, and the U.S. Fed have taken off the market. The repo market gets very, very tight from time to time. And I think there's been close to $15 trillion worth of government securities pulled out of the market, out of circulation by the world's central banks. So at times it gets tough to do your normal business if you're a bank too large to fail, a primary dealer, etc. Gold is strong. Don't have a real fundamental reason for it being as strong as it is, but it is. Higher low, higher high. Find a place to buy it on the F1 screen. On the F2 screen, 2 distributions before lunch. We said it was pointed higher. Market favored a retest of the day session high and or higher prices, and eventually we get up to 12.55. So for sell 1, 55.57, 59.61. 59.61 gives you more wiggle room. On the buy side, 50 to 52, and 45.47. Sometimes the mouse just moves a lot faster than I think it would or should, given my input, but not impossible to write with. Crude got smacked. OPEC is meeting in Moscow, I believe, on Monday. My guess is that they'll keep the same production cuts that they have right now on paper. Russia said they're not going any lower. And they'll put as positive a rhetoric on it as they can. Lower high, lower low, find a place to sell it based on F1. And F2. Should move out of the middle. New distribution lower, and we had multiple distributions lower. So 45.75, 46, sell 1. The danger is going to be self-supporting rhetoric out of OPEC in their meeting. 45 1/4, 45.50 buy 1. 44.75, 45 buy 2. Quite often before a big meeting, OPEC, the price of crude oil gets run down to show the OPECers the importance of getting some sort of agreement, and that could be what we're seeing right now. And the euro came roaring back today. Very, very strong based on the closing price from where I had the opening price this morning. See if that is confirmed in the distributions in the profile. Yeah, above 117. So, there are a couple of articles out today on why the strength of the euro when Draghi's trying to talk it down and being as dovish being dovish in his statements, and the gist of the article was nobody believes him that he'll be tapering and raising interest rates at the end of the year by the euro. So we'll see if that happens. A little bit higher in London, 15 to 25, sell 1. Obviously, trading from the short side, you have to be nimble and quick. Sell 2, 45 to 55. On the buy side, 17 even, 1690. And then 1675 for buy 2. And that does it for this July the 21st, 2017. Hopefully I'll be back Tuesday. Should not have a problem being back on Wednesday. Y'all have a great weekend, and hopefully I'll get back on track to getting more exercise than I've been of late, so I can keep eating the way I like to eat. Y'all have a great weekend. I'm out of here.